Well, thank you so much today for joining us at the Cesar Chavez Spray Pad Grand Opening. This is an exciting day, and we have a lot of our future leaders in our city here that are going to have a lot of fun in just a few minutes. Let me tell you a few basics, then I'm going to turn it over to Tim Keller, who's now state auditor, who was the senator from this district that appropriated funds for this. Councilor Garduno, president of the city council, is here with us. This is his district. He also has funding involved in this. So this is about an 8,000 square foot facility. It's a pool pump house with associated water treatment and all the things that go with a spray pad. It's going to have a mega soaker, a twist and spill, a spray loop tunnel, splash blaster, swoop with loop. Say that fast, really quick, 3 times. A funbrella, a spiral spray mini, and a lily pad. And what that really all equates to is this is going to be a place that's going to be a lot of fun. And it's at a great location in a great neighborhood. A lot of families are going to be here. A lot of kids are going to really enjoy this. It's not just for the kids. The adults can come too. So this is a $677,000 project. It's the largest of its kind. We have 4 of these now in the city of Albuquerque, but this is the largest. So the $677,000 that it took to construct this, of that, $510,000 came from former Senator, now Auditor Keller, when he was in the state legislature. $127,000 from Councilor Garduno on his council set aside, and then the city GO bond, the taxpayers. Of course, it's all tax dollars that go into this, but we put an additional $40,000 to help this get done. A lot of people to thank, certainly Auditor Keller, Councilor Garduno, but we've got Morrow, Reardon, Wilkinson, Miller was our consultant, Elizabeth Reardon and Aaron Treviso are here. We've got the contractors are Wesson Construction, so local jobs being created here in the construction industry. We'd like to thank them. Our city team, so this is a Parks and Rec facility. Barbara Taylor's here with her crew. Keith Reed is our deputy director. David Flores, wave your hands here. David Flores is our division manager. Judith Wong is our senior project manager. Brandon Gibson is our division manager. Brandon's also, where's Brandon? He's also the guy that trains all of the lifeguards for all the city facilities, and Sean Madden. And from Municipal Development, who actually constructed it, Wilfred Gallegos is here, and Pete Seiss. And from Family and Community, Doug Chaplin and Danny Placencio. So anyway, the bottom line is this: it's going to be a lot of fun. It takes a lot of people to collaborate to get these things done. It takes state funding, local funding, the taxpayers. We're so thankful for stepping up and supporting this. And I really just want to thank the kids that are going to help us do this. We're going to have a few comments, and then we basically have the ice bucket challenge times 10 over here. I didn't put any ice in it. There's no ice in it. And we're going to let the kids inaugurate this here with a push of a button. So with that, State Auditor Tim Keller would like to say a few words, and then we'll have Councilor Garduno, and then we'll get down to having some fun. Thanks a lot for being here.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much, Mayor. And I just want to say it was proud enough to represent this area and grateful enough for 6 years as their state senator. And this was actually one of the seminal projects that when I first got elected now 7 years ago, the community here in Trumbull neighborhood, they always wanted a pool, and it was kind of a wish that they'd had, actually going back to the late Alvorn Clifton, who there's a room named after her here, and it was a long-standing goal. And I'm just so glad to be here today with the mayor and appreciate his help, and Councilor Garduno. It's not quite a pool, but it's actually a much better cost-effective use of that money. And from the kids' perspective, it's a wonderful water fun experience to cool off in the summer. So I'm proud to say Trumbull neighborhood finally has its water equivalent. And thank you everyone who helped do this and who gave us the idea. So really the folks in Trumbull for 20 years at least now, hopefully your kids have somewhere to play and cool off during the summer. And with that, let me just thank again the mayor and the city councilor for pushing these dollars out the door. When we allocate capital outlay projects, we hear a lot about it. This is a great example of how they're beneficial for our state and a great example of how we can even use more. Thank you. And City Councilor Ray Garduno.
Council President Garduno.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And thanks to both of you. The term community was used a couple of times, and that's really who advocated, who told us this is something we'd like to have. We didn't have the final architectural view of what it was going to be, but Senator Keller at the time, State Auditor Keller now, was able to start amassing some money, if you will, some funding. And as you saw or heard, he had the major part of the allocation. And it's very difficult sometimes to sell these ideas, but when you see in a few minutes what it does and the kind of community center that it's going to be, you'll find out that this was a wonderful place, a wonderful thing to do, and it's a wonderful neighborhood. So with that, let me just tell you that with the push of a button, and I was going to wear my swimsuit and I forgot. And I told the mayor that I was going to wear my Speedo, and he said, thank goodness I didn't. So
I think on a bipartisan effort, we can think it's a good idea.
that was not a good idea. So the mayor now and state auditor will push the button.
Well,
And
we'll have you do it as well. Let me say one more thing real
You
quickly.
bet. Go ahead.
And we'll push the button. So hopefully soon, I want to send a special thank you to our state legislators and Governor Martinez for coming together and agreeing on a capital outlay bill. We wrote a letter about a month or so ago. We had 91 mayors across the state sign on to that letter with us to basically encourage our legislators and everyone to get together and get a capital outlay bill. And when we do that, this is why. You know, today is a perfect example of why those dollars matter and why we take those tax dollars and put them to work, and why we put all of our funding together, whether it's the state and the local side, to make sure that we can actually get a project started and get it completed. So I just want to send a special thank you out to our legislators and the governor for doing what they did, and we look forward to the governor signing that bill.